Hi guys, welcome to another of my live videos. Today I'm just going to be updating you on some more current latest news. Sorry for the paint on my face because I did go out yesterday. I went to like a little party in a pub, so I did get my face painted. Unfortunately, so I'm going to get in the bath soon to get it off. So anyway, back to football. We are going to be discussing some. I'm going to be discussing some transfer news here today. Quite a few things have updated since my last video. There's been a guy mentioned called Yusuf Yazici from Trans. What's the club's name called? Trabzonspor. Yes, Trabzonspor. He is Yusuf Yazici. He's age 20 years old, and apparently the press are reporting about Yusuf Yazici. That this Turkish publication have actually suggested out that Manchester United are interested, and it's also explained out that Dortmund have had an interest, Monaco have had an interest in the player. I said Liverpool, I think, have had an interest in the player. Quite a few teams apparently have reportedly been interested in the player, but the president has actually come out and basically said he's not willing to sanction or offload the current player at this moment in time. But he's a player. He did say that Man United are actually willing to put. What are you doing? He did say that Man United are willing to plot £14 million in for the youngster, because there's a lot of good youngsters out there. There's Mbappe, there's Timo Werner. I explained to you the other day. There's Yusuf Dembele, very very good young prospect. Rashford for us, very very good young prospects, and there's a lot of good young players out there, especially. But he's a player that he's risen up the ranks fantastically well with the academy. I think he's only been.
You'll probably look at barbers when you've got rid of.
I don't know.
Please get something done with that hair.
He's risen up the ranks fantastically well, and I think he's only been in the first team. Is it a couple of years as the player? Last season he was very very impressive. He scored 6 goals and provided 10 assists. In all competitions for Trabzonspor, and all in all, in the Super League with the Turkish league, he has made 30 appearances and he has scored 6 goals in the process so far. But last season, all in all, he made 22 appearances, scored 6 goals and provided 10 assists. He's an attacking midfielder. As I said, he also during the summer made his international debut with Turkey over in a 4-1 win. I think it was a World Cup qualification match. He made his debut in that as well. He looks a bright, huge prospect, to be quite honest with you, and he has risen up the ranks fantastically well. He's a player that in 2015 he signed his first professional contract with Yusuf Yazici. Signed his first professional contract. Just after that, then he'd made his Turkish Cup debut, and then basically in 2016 he had made his first Super League debut for Trabzonspor as well, did the player. So he's risen up the ranks by the looks of things fantastically well, and it says quite a few teams are interested in the midfielder, and it was in 2015 when he was age 18 the player had made his debut as well. So it's saying that Man United interest, because we know Man United have got you've still got an interest in a few youngsters. Jose Mourinho's been monitoring Radji Nainggolan from Roma. A player last season that completed 1,509 passes, 11 goals, 5 assists, 90 shots and 68 chances created. I think he scored 1 or 2 goals this season as well as Nainggolan. Jose Mourinho sent scouts to watch Nainggolan as well because he's compassive, he's tenacious, very good at driving forward, good in the air, very very good dynamic box-to-box midfielder as well. So he's another young one that Jose Mourinho's added interesting, because we've got a lot of good youth in our team at the moment, because Jose Mourinho, has bolstered our youth squad up. So this is what the press are reporting, that Man United apparently interested. This is just coming from a Turkish publication report that apparently Man United have showed their interest, and a few other teams have showed their interest in the 20-year-old as well, who made his debut in 2018. I said he signed his professional contract in 2015, as I said. Then after that he made his Turkish Cup debut, and then 2016 he made his first league debut with Trabzonspor, I think, in the first team as well. So he has risen up the ranks fantastically well. I've also going to update you on the latest news now regarding Alexis Sanchez. Apparently now the press are reporting that AC Milan, who did spend a lot of money in the August window, apparently AC Milan are willing to plot £75 million in for Alexis Sanchez. Now that is very, very tempting, you know, and as it did say, you know, Arsenal would profit from this. They would make a £40 million profit, considering they purchased him from Barcelona for £35 million back in 2014, and this is his fourth season or fifth season with the club now, Alexis Sanchez. So yeah, I think it's his fourth season. So yeah, it says AC Milan, apparently, I don't know if it's true, willing to plot £75 million in, which would tempt Arsenal stands, you know, considering he's coming to an end of his deal now. He's Alexis Sanchez for Arsenal, so... And he is coming to an end of his deal as Alexis Sanchez, because he turned 300,000, he was demanding £400,000 a week, and it's now actually saying that that could actually now... that could hijack AC Milan could hijack him away from City, because apparently on paper he's still favoured to go to Manchester City after Pep Guardiola and Sanchez were fantastic together at Barcelona. Sanchez has won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons with the club as well. But yeah, this is basically what's been said, and looking to reunite Pep Guardiola and Alexis Sanchez. But now actually saying that PSG are actually willing to offer a 10 million bonus for Alexis Sanchez in a. They're willing to offer a 10 million bonus for Sanchez, but he said AC Milan are willing to plot £75 million in for the player that's coming to an end of his deal. He's refused to sign the new deal, and I think Arsenal know he is going to go in January, but obviously Arsenal are looking for replacements in that assets for Sanchez, and it looks like Ozil's going to go next summer as well on a free deal. But yeah, but with Sanchez, as I do keep saying, you know, he just basically said he wants Champions League football. First time in 2 decades, Arsenal have got the money now anyway, because they've generated a lot of money, you know, for the departure of their players in the August window. And if they were to get £75 million for Sanchez, you know, that would be very, very tempting, because we know Wenger's being ruthless, you know, regarding Alexis Sanchez during the window, being very, very ruthless. And it did say initially City had a 50 million rejected, and then City initially had a 60 million bid accepted, but obviously Arsenal failed to get the pursuit of Thomas Lemar. This is why it didn't materialise City's pursuit, and City were very, very disappointed about this. But apparently AC Milan are willing to plot £75 million in for the player that scored 24 goals in the Premier League for Arsenal last season. His versatility is quick, he's good in the air, and he's still Arsenal's most essential player. But yeah, he's definitely, I think, going to be making the move in January. He's Alexis Sanchez in the process, and he'd been spotted at Paris quite a few times, you know, during the August window. So, but I think he's still actually keen on reuniting with Jose Mourinho. But when you're getting 75 million offered on that table, you know, it's a lot of money for a player that's coming to an end of his deal. You know, it's very, very tempting. So could he actually be going back to Italy, because he used to play for Udinese as well, did Sanchez, you know, where Alexis Sanchez, you know, risen up the ranks. So could he possibly be going to AC Milan? And we all know that AC Milan apparently, you know, well, David Silva has also, for Manchester City, considered making the move to AC Milan as well. David Silva risen up the ranks fantastically well with Valencia for 6 years. You know, he won the Cop de Rey with them. He made over 150 appearances. You know, he's attacking mid. He can play as a winger. He can play as a second striker as well. Can David Silva in the process, and he's made over 2 century appearances now for Manchester City and scored about 39 goals in the process. But with City, he's won the Premier League a couple of times, 2 League Cups, FA Cup as well, and I think it's stalled. City have not yet secured David Silva a new deal with the club just as yet, and I think it's his 8th season now with Manchester City. I think it's 8th season. Yeah, it's his 8th season now with Manchester City's David Silva's in the process, and I think that it's stalled as the contract talks between City and David Silva. He said he could consider making the move to AC Milan as well. But going back to Yusuf Yazici, yes, and he's also a good transpons player. As I said, all in all, in the Turkish league, he has made 30 appearances and scored 6 goals. Last season, in all competitions, he made 22 appearances, scored 6 goals and 10 assists, as I said, and he's been at Trabzonspor nearly a decade now. So he's been there 9 years. He's nearly been at the club nearly a decade. But the president has come out saying that they're reluctant and are resisted to offload the current player at this moment in time. And as I did update you about Timo Werner as well from RP Leesbig, the player that he's another good young age prospect as well, who I do really like. I think he plays in that number 11 role, if I am correct. Does the player? He's good, he's strong, he's quick, he's good in the air, he's good at driving forward as well. He signed a professional contract before, with Stuttgart. He did well with Stuttgart, and he's the youngest player to make over 50 appearances as well. Unfortunately, I think 2016 he got relegated with Stuttgart, and then I think RP Leipzig had come in and offered 10 million accepted, and then he signed a 4-year deal with RP Leipzig. This is his second season now in the process with RP Leipzig. His Timo Werner's, this is his second season with them. Last season, 21 goals. 21 goals in first 2 appearances, very, very impressive. I think he scored quite a few goals this season as well as the player. But yeah, looks a very, very decent player, does that player. And it says Real Madrid are actually interested in the player. I think Liverpool had an interest in the player. There's quite a few teams that have been interested in him as well. So he's another good young age prospect. I said he's youngest player to make over 50 appearances. He does play in that number 11 shirt, I think it is. That number 11 shirt, yes, it's that number 11 shirt. He's got a deal with them until 2021 as well as Timo Werner. So we'll see what happens about that. But yeah, it's international break now anyway. This week, but our next league game is Liverpool, so that's going to be a real test. It's going to be a very, very tasty affair. Biggest game of the season though is Liverpool Manchester United, as I said, but we're looking in very, very good form at the moment. So the Liverpool game is going to be a tester, as we all gathered. But I think, the likes of Rashford, is performing fantastically well. The likes of Martial, that's performing fantastic well. I think with Rashford's pace, how distinctive in his play, his delivery as well, that can cause problems for the Liverpool defence, because Liverpool, I still said, still need strengthening up at the back especially. I think Martial, can cause problems for the Liverpool defence. Matic is very, very good in the midfield, but I thought in the Palace game yesterday where it was rollercoaster, I thought it was so easy, I thought Rashford was genuine pace was good. I thought his delivery was good. I thought he was very, very generous on the left-hand side, causing problems. Good to see. And getting 2 assists in the game as well. And, it's good to see, him getting 2 assists in the game. Romelu Lukaku getting his 11th goal this season, all in all. Now, I think he's nearly scored 23 goals now, all in all, in the Premier League. Good to see Mata get his first goal this season, making his 200th appearance in the Premier League yesterday as well. I think he scored 46 all in all and provided 43 assists as well. Mkhitaryan's performing fantastic well. I think Ashley Young's doing, fantastic well, since he's come back into the team. Ashley Young's performing very, very well on that left-hand side. I thought him and Rashford as a partnership on the left were absolutely fantastic yesterday as well. Thought Smalling, had a good game as well. So yeah, Jose Mourinho knows what he's doing. He's got a good pedigree and he's got all his tactics right, and his tactical game plan is absolutely spot on. So yeah, the Liverpool game is going to be it is going to be a difficult game, even though Liverpool have not been in form since they did beat Arsenal by 4-0. But yeah, it could have been more than 4. We're scoring goals for fun this season, something that we didn't do last season. And it was good to see Fellaini score twice yesterday as well. I thought Fellaini made a big impact in that midfield as well. And that was really, really good to really, really see. It was very, very good to see. And I think the old Manchester United are now back. But City are top now, obviously, because they beat Chelsea 1-0 yesterday. I didn't watch the game, so I couldn't really comment on that. But City are really hitting form. I think it's going to be United and City. Chelsea's still slightly in it, even though they have lost now 2 games at home this season as well, Chelsea. So yeah, very, very good performance for United yesterday. But Palace, let's be honest, a very, very poor team. They're leaking goals this season. They've lost every game in the league. They haven't scored a competitive goal, not a single goal in the league this season. And that's a record, because that's basically, in my opinion, never ever happened. And we haven't seen Herrera much this season. He has, been coming on substitute, but he hasn't really started from the start, really, has he, this season? But I think Jose Mourinho's preferred choice is Matic over Ander Herrera as well. So I do think we are looking very, very good. You know, still got Rojo injured, as I said. You know, we've still got Ibrahimovic injured, obviously till December when he comes back, which is good to see. Um, Paul Pogba, it's a shame that he's injured because he was good last season. You know, he had a good start to this season. Jose Mourinho has come out, as I said the other day, and he said it's a long-term injury like Marcus Rojo and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It said he could be sidelined for at least 7 weeks. Could Paul Pogba, our most central and our most creative midfielder as well. But as I did say, Mkhitaryan can play on the right, can play in the middle. And he played in the middle yesterday. I think Mkhitaryan performs better in the middle than he does on the right. But Mata can play in the middle, Mata can play on the right. But obviously Matt has been featuring on that right-hand side, hasn't he? So, but yeah, I think Ashley Young, I'm proud of him since he's come back. He's done very, very well. His crossing's good. He's linking up the play very, very well. And he's holding the line well, is Ashley Young, you know, at the left-back position. When he come back, he played in the right back, but since then he's been rotated to the left back as Ashley Young as well. But this team's looking very, very good. You know, we're driving forward, we're passing the ball well. You know, we're finishing. You know, we're killing teams off, and I think Lukaku, you know, he's going to guarantee us loads of goals this season, maybe 25, 30. Ronaldo got 42 for us in one season. I can't really see Lukaku beating that. Maybe wrong, but I doubt it will happen. But you just never know, and you know, I'm proud that, you know, in this, even the CSK Moscow game, you know, Martial got his name on the score sheet. Also got 2 assists in that game. Lukaku scored 2 goals in that game, and Lukaku got his name on the score sheet yesterday. And Martial got the assist for Lukaku's 4th goal as well, which was great to see. But anyway, that's the latest news. Yusuf Yazici, or whatever the leading call, the under-20-year-old from Champagnat. I'm just explaining to you again, he's been nearly a decade at the club. He's been in the first, he risen up the ranks fantastically well with the academy. He's been in the first team, I think, now a couple of years. He signed his first professional deal in aged 18 in December 2015, and then he made his Turkish Cup debut after that, and then in 2016 he made his first league debut with Champagnat first team as well. And for his international team, he made his debut in the World Cup qualifications over a 4-1 victory during the summer. And the Turkish publication have just basically reported that Man United are interested, and a list of other teams are interested in the player as well. It said Man United willing to put £14 million, and it did say the president, though, is reluctant and resisted to offload the player. Is a player that last season, as I said, scored 6 goals in all competitions and assisted 10 as well. So this is basically what's being reported. So and tell me what you think to the Alexis Sanchez story as well. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below. If you do consider, please hit that subscribe button, or even drop a like if you don't want to subscribe. It's up to you, and take it easy, and I'll see you later on. Bye.